Hey guys, real quick, I just want to run through the steps to make this rib roast. It's super easy and everybody should try this at home, especially using this method. If you don't want to do it on the grill like I did at the end when you sear it, crank the oven up to 500 degrees and sear it that way. Anyway, this is a rib roast. It's not a prime cut, so I really can't call it prime rib, but basically that's what it is. If it was a prime cut, it would be called prime rib. This is just a regular cut that I got from the store. It's got the ribs on, but they've already been cut off, and there's butcher's twine to hold the ribs on. I knew this would be an issue when I went to sear it on the grill, because eventually they catch fire and break off, but that's fine. It's very important that the ribs attached to it actually protect the skinnier end of the ribeye roast, because you don't want to overcook that part. That's why I knew even though the strings would break and burn off, I did it anyway on the grill. So about the grill setup that I don't have anything fancy as far as a grill. I have an old Weber grill that I've been using for a long time. It's been beat to death, but I needed to make a good sear station on it. So since I don't have a slow and sear or anything like that, I took 2 logs from the backyard and I wrapped them in tin foil so that they didn't burn. I didn't want those to catch fire. I wanted them to contain the heat from the coals that I'm going to be using. So as you can see from the picture, I put one on the bottom where the coals will go next to it, then you put one on the top grate, so it keeps the heat going straight up and it gets a very, very good sear on whatever you're going to put it on. So you take the roast and you season it. Season it with whatever you want. That's not important here. The important part here is the technique, which is the reverse sear method. After you season it, wrap it and let it sit about an hour. Bring it down close to room temperature. After an hour, insert an oven thermometer into the thickest part of the meat and put it in the oven. If you change the cooking temperature during the cooking in the oven, you will mess the meat up. You cannot raise the temperature to speed the process up. I cooked the roast at 200 degrees until it was done. Once you take it out of the oven, wrap it back up in foil. Leave the probe in though. Leave it wrapped up until the temperature stops climbing. For me, it was 119 degrees, which is rare. It took about 30 to 40 minutes. Remember, the roast is still cooking at this point. Do not skip this step or you will be sorry. Just let it sit on the countertop. During that time, you do your side dishes or whatever else you want to do, finish off everything else because you're going to sear it and eat it. So after the temperature stops climbing, very simple, you just sear it using whatever method you want. I used the grill today. Then you cut it and eat it. Pretty simple. It's one of the easiest things you can do at home, and I seriously recommend using this method for a rib roast. So one more time, very simply, you season it, you rest it 1 hour. You cook it to 110 degrees for rare. You remove it from the oven, keeping the probe thermometer in. You wrap it up in foil, and you let it rest about 30 minutes or until the temperature stops rising. Then you unwrap it, you sear it, and you serve it. It could not be easier. Now let's do this. hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. If you did, please tell a friend about the channel to help it grow. So hit the like button if you wouldn't mind, and you might want to consider subscribing too, because in the end, I have just about 1,000 reasons why you should. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.